暗闇の中で目覚める君の声が響いてる探してた剣見つける未来を探してる
Yeah 飛び越えて行こう世界中 We go また道を目指してくける
旅の途中汚れた種それが勲章
Yeah
愛の不可能はない This slow 導くライト雨の日も風の日も全てが treasure 迷いや不安振り払って今走り出そう叶える Dreaming 高まる Feeling 栄光もついに僕にしたいさ願いを込めて選ぶ運命のOh yeah 掴もう It's your key シャラララララシャララララシャララララ果てなき夢までシャララララシャララララシャララララ踏み出せ明日へ昨日のバッなんて成長のためのモーメン今をレベルアップ何度もレベルアップ君の声が BGM さ扉の向こうから鳴るファンファーレ濡れた頬振り払って今走り出そう叶える Dreaming 高まる Feeling 栄光もついに僕にしたいさ願いを込めて選ぶ運命の Oh yeah 掴もう It's your key この夜を越えたラビッションが今こそ輝く時足並み揃えて進めば We are right 切り開く Destiny シャラララララシャラララララシャラララララ果てなき夢までシャラララララシャラララララシャラララララ踏み出せ明日へ叶える Dreaming 高まる Feeling 栄光もついに僕にしたいさ願いを込めて選ぶ運命の Drive Oh yeah 掴もう It's your key シャラララララシャラララララシャラララララ果てなき夢までシャララララシャララララシャララララ踏み出せ明日へ
Alrighty, hello angels, I'm back. So we're playing Genshin again, and today we're just gonna be finishing up part 2 of Cyno's story. If you didn't catch the first part, I streamed most of it on TikTok, but this is going to be like basically kind of like the second part of his story or whatever, his story quest. Yeah, so I'm back after like, I don't know, I think 5 days of not streaming, which I'm truly sorry for, because I know you guys were probably like, oh my god, where is he? Why is he not streaming? He usually streams by now, whatever, at least after the 3rd day he streams. Yeah, I've just been kind of busy, like, I've just been trying to take a break or whatever. It was very needed, very much needed, because, just had a lot of like emotional things going on, so I took kind of a break just to relax, get myself together, and finally come back feeling refreshed. Okay, I will say that co-op is heavily welcomed today because I actually do want to try to knock out some achievements today. you guys need to do achievements. But first, I do want to finish up Cyno's story. And I want to continue farming for D-Luke's last
I still have a lot
artifact.
to do with the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
So not a lot of stuff today. I mean, I could work on the next part of the Archon quest. Well, I guess if you want to call them Archon quests still. I mean, that's what they're titled under, but yeah. But yeah, I need to go back to the academia. Could you imagine if I enter this and like it literally says, "Oh, story's over because you completed the story while you were away." Wait, am I going the right way? No, actually, I'm going the wrong way. The entrance is over here. Or is it? Okay, Sumeru City. Can we like fix everything? Cause like it's a lot. The fact that I have to walk all the way around just to get in here, which it probably didn't even need to take that long. But hey, whatever. Also, if you're wondering why my Shilonen's health is so low, it's because her artifacts are not up. But I wanted to use her because like I didn't have her built. She doesn't have the best build on, just a heads up. So yeah, but I know what to put on her now. So when I get the chance, I think I'm gonna farm. Okay. Alright, here's the thing. I want to, like, start dedicating, like, weeks to farm for certain characters or whatever. Because I kind of brought that up the first time.
I thought you were going after...
like,
I guess you lost
the
their
first
trail.
time. Also, just a heads up, guys,
We went
the
to
Discord
Cyrus's
is
house.
open now. So
No
you
one was
can
there.
Go join the
Cyno
Discord.
got there before us, but he was long gone by the time we arrived.
Yeah, actually,
He didn't
hold on.
say where he
That
was going?
reminds me.
No, he
While
left us a
I'm
letter
at
and
it-
told us not to go after him.
I really hope that this isn't loud right now.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Cyno. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end.
Okay, alright.
I drew the emblem from memory again,
yeah, my
but in more
teapot.
detail
I
this
did
time.
buy.
Sorry, hold on. I had to go back into Twitch itself to like re-edit something. Okay.
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design. The one I found was a little blurry, but the similarities in the general form and certain details were clear enough to confirm a match.
Yeah, and we're lucky we found anything at all. It turns out the emblem was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire Academia collection, and that book was the only one with a record of the motif.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert.
Wait a second.
According to Uraka, he had a striking presence
Guys,
and was
I'm a
well
little
educated.
slow-brained. I was trying to.
Apparently, the two
struggling
met in the
trying to
tavern
get,
over a game of cards. The guy claimed to be in the city for
Alright, there
business
we go.
as part of a
Finally, now I
merchant
can edit
caravan.
this.
Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say, and brought up the idea of extorting Cyrus for Mora. The guy encouraged him to go ahead with it, then handed him some pen and paper to write the letter.
I see. So it could be that this person planted the paper intentionally.
So, how do we find this guy? Did Uraka say where he is?
He doesn't know. He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern. The man gave him some tips on
Okay,
how to
let
carry out the
me-
extortion, but from then on, Uraka was acting alone.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Court of 30 and review the city's entry and exit records. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence in the Academia is just a facade. The true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest to establish a collaboration with the Academia, but as time went by, the sages gradually became corrupt and foolish. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia and ended the partnership. They retreated back to the desert about 400 years ago.
Jesus.
Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system.
King
They
Deshret
traveled
old,
throughout
old.
Sumeru, sequestering and guarding any wisdom that posed a threat to the people's livelihoods.
Oh my goodness.
At its roots,
if I'm getting
it was
a
a
world
legitimate
join
and
request
reputable
right now, this is a
organization
bad
whose
time.
purpose was to guide
Oh wait,
people
oh
towards
it's
the right
it's
path.
Star. Oh okay.
The academia of the day knew that the split would damage their rep.
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade
This
for
is a really
hundreds
bad
of
timing
years.
because like
So how did
Okay.
Cyrus become acquainted with the true Temple of Silence if they left centuries ago?
I'll bet that's the question
I'm like
that
mid
bothered
story quest
Cyno.
and then boom.
Probably why he went after him in such a rush.
Okay,
Whoever
let
is behind
me-
this, getting
Sorry, I'm,
Uraka
like,
to
literally
extort
trying to
Cyrus
fix
was only the
my-
first step of the plan.
Crap,
Their true goal in doing so was for Cyrus to see the emblem on the letter.
Okay,
He must have
let's
recognized
fix
it right
that.
away. That'll be why he didn't want to involve the
Why
authorities.
did this not...
He probably hoped to take care of the whole thing by himself. Unfortunately for him, Cyno had other plans.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated,
Did she leave?
that is
I
in
don't
all
think she left.
likelihood where
Oh.
Cyrus went.
I'm like trying
I
to
have to
fix
go
something
after
right
him.
now, so this is like kind of a bad
Really?
timing as well.
Are you sure
I'm,
that's
like,
a good
mid-story
idea
trying to
with how
fix
you
it.
respond to the heat? Why don't we send someone else?
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides, I just can't shake this ominous feeling that if we don't catch up to them soon...
Everyone, I have news from the core of 30.
Master,
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's master? Oh, we're
It's a pleasure to meet you, traveler and
Oh
pilot.
my god, he looks weird with these glasses on.
Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus and Mahamatra Cyno leaving the city at different times. Both were heading in the direction of Caravan Rebot. I was going to suggest that you join forces with the core of 30 in this case. However, as I'm sure you've already heard from Alhaitham and Kaveh, the Temple of Silence is involved. The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them, but those actions are nonetheless a stain on our legacy. I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now is the time for action.
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But I'm afraid the situation might be more complicated than we thought. I think we need to keep a low profile, or risk making things worse.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side, or worse, if he's fallen into their hands, and... Everyone, we have to get Cyrus and Cyno back safely.
But Cyno
cannot
can handle
afford to
himself,
lose
though.
them.
That's the thing.
need our
But
help?
also,
Whatever
we do
you
want to
need,
keep
we
Cyno
got you
protected, so
covered.
like, let's go find him.
Really? Wonderful. You have my most sincere gratitude. Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Uraka. Kaveh, Scribe Alhaitham, I'd like to ask you to cover the duties of the House of Dana. Tainari, you're planning to go into the desert, correct?
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay. You stay behind to help Master and Alhaitham.
Well, if you're sure. Okay. But be careful.
All, I mean, not all hate them. Kaveh is
Thank
such
you
a
all.
good friend to
Arav,
Tainari.
let's go.
You'd better get moving. Don't ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tainari. Hopefully we can catch up with Cyno before it's too late.
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already, but we still have a shot. Let's take it.
You know what I'm starting to take notice? Cyno loves wandering off without anyone being around. I think she might have left. She might have left. Yeah, she left. Okay. Alright. Dang, I forgot. I let her join during that part of the story. I hope it doesn't make me redo all that part of the story over again. Dang. Like, I just want to get Cyno's story quest done, please. No, wrong thing. Okay.
You're here? I thought you were going after... Ah,
We went to
Oh
Cyrus.
my goodness,
You didn't say
great.
where-
Oh my god. I have to redo all that again. Okay, I'm about to skip through this because I don't
Can't
feel
say I'm
like
surprised.
listening to
typical
Alhaitham,
Cyno.
Kaveh, and
Anyway, some updates on
Tainari
progress.
talk.
I checked some ancient texts for a simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alhaitham and
Meanwhile,
Kaveh. As
Arav
much as I
managed
love
the
you,
one who told him
Alhaitham, I
about
can't.
Cyrus's
I
embezzled
literally
funds.
don't want to.
Apparently, the Uraka was in...
I see.
So, how do we...
He doesn't know.
Nephis and Ara also. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia ever since at its roots.
The Academia.
Not only that,
So how did
I'll bet that's the...
Whoever is behind.
He must have recognized...
Oh
Since
god,
the
this is
desert,
taking
I have to go
ages. They
after-
talk
Really?
so much.
Are
They
you
talk
sure
so
that's a
much
good
too,
idea
so it's, like,
with how
really
you respond
bad.
to...
I should be fine.
Everyone, I have news from the core of 30.
Master.
oh, so that's Nafis.
It's a pleasure to meet several I was going to say the Academia. I won't attempt.
I
Oh
understand.
my god, oh my god, oh my god, no.
Need our help?
Really? Arav and I will Tainari.
I am.
Thank you, thank you. It's
I'll-
almost over. It's
Well,
almost
if you're-
over.
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
I hate the fact that I had to redo
You'd
that
better
again.
get moving. Don't
That was
forget
like
to
a
ask for
bad
help.
time
Will
to
do.
join too.
Let's go,
as well.
Tainari. Hopefully we can...
Knowing him, he's.
I was gonna say I could just teleport there. I don't even have to walk to get over there anymore because I can teleport. Oh my god, I was so glad that they stopped talking because I was like, these guys do not stop talking. They get to talking. I see why travelers quiet the entire time because the moment they get to talking, they do not stop.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Ribat. Where should we go? Maybe we should ask the...
Hold on. Look.
Is
Oh
that...
my god, Dia?
You sure you want to brave the desert alone?
Jinx
I
Paimon.
mean, it's your choice at the end of the day.
It's not my first time. I'll be fine.
Cyno.
If you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice. When you're packing...
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me? I thought I had a good lead on.
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own like this?
Yeah.
Nothing
Why, Cyno?
personal.
Why would you go off
It's
on your own?
just a complex situation. And I'd rather not involve anyone else if I can help it.
Takes a special kind of person to get Cyno chasing them all the way out to Caravan Rebot. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something?
Trust me, Dia,
Also,
if you-
hey guys, it's been a while.
No.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
You're looking well. Glad to see it. Candace and I came to Caravan Rebot on business. We ran into Cyno as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow and very few supplies. That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Cyno, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the case. But let us know how we can support you. We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person you seek.
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right, he'll be doing everything he can to avoid us.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty clear that he wants to try and solve this on his own. It won't be easy trying to find him in the desert when he's deliberately trying to cover his tracks.
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Still, if he started from Caravan Rebot, the chances are that his route took him past our village. You may as well ask if anyone there has seen him.
My thanks to you both. Once this is resolved, I will
I
find a way to
adore
repay you.
Candace's whole outfit. I love her outfit.
Come on, no need to get all serious. Just buy a round of drinks next time we're all in the city or something.
That's a deal.
All right, so, you all set?
Yes, we'll handle it from here.
I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about
Thank you
thinking
again
about
for
it,
your
I'm
help.
like kind of upset that
I
I
don't take
didn't
it for
get
granted.
Dia and I got
All
D-Luke.
right,
But at the
then
same
we'll
time,
leave you to
D-Luke is
Just
forever.
remember,
So
If you change your mind and
Dia,
need some
even if I did
reinforcements,
get you, D
we'll
would
be
still
here.
get used more
And
anyway.
don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
Go to Aru Village. You know, it's so great that I came out here and got most of the teleporters while I still did, because if I hadn't have gotten them, I'd be stuck trying to walk across the desert.
Hold on. There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
Go on.
So, after you left the campsite, we had a longer talk.
Clearly, we've only scratched
Oh my
the surface
goodness!
of the Temple of Silence
no,
question.
no, wait. Why
It
did I
doesn't surprise
not...
me at
oh my
all
God,
that the one in the
guys, I'm like having to
academia is a
reply to
fake.
someone.
Do you have any connection with the Temple of Silence?
I do. I trust you're all aware of the spirit that gives me my power. Hermanubis, the original founder of the Temple of Silence. Due to my unique constitution, I was put through a number of trials in the desert when I was younger. Later, I met the professor, and he brought me to Sumeru City. But my memory of that time is hazy. I can't recall much. It's a good thing that Kaveh noticed the emblem on the letter. Without that, I don't know if we would have connected the dots and realized there was more to this case than mere extortion. I did not recognize that symbol at all. Whether that's because I've never seen it, or because my memory fails me, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness for Kaveh, and for all Hatham's diligence during his time as acting Grand Sage.
But Cyrus must have recognized it right away, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any qualms about you reporting it. Oh, maybe his connection to the Temple of Silence goes even deeper than yours.
I suspect so too. Professor has never once mentioned the Temple of Silence in conversation. And whenever the conversation turns to Hermanubis and the concept of spirit indwelling, he avoids going into any depth.
Well, speaking of avoiding things, you do realize, don't you, now that we've caught up with you, you're stuck with us for the rest of the way.
I am aware. And I have accepted it. Or rather, I don't see how I could manage to ditch you en route, so I might as well accept that you're coming with me.
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with you whether you like it or not, so the...
Fair enough. Then at least let me buy you a drink once we're back in the city.
Cyno, you know,
Works
you
for
had us
me.
come all the way out here
All right,
looking for you,
off we
just
go.
for you to be like, oh,
Let's start by seeing what
let
the
me buy
guards
you a
here
drink
can
once
tell
we
us.
get back. Cyno, I'm upset with you, okay? Look at me, okay? I'm upset
Hello.
with you.
Mahamatra Cyno?
I'm looking for someone, so I'd like to confirm any recent foot traffic in and out of Aru Village.
A man matching that description passed by Aru Village not too long ago. He stopped by to load up on food and water and feed his sumpter beast, then he was on his way.
Where was he going?
Let me think. He took a seat by the entrance of the village for a while, and had a brief chat with the person who came to deliver the water. He said he was headed somewhere near an oasis. Do you have a map? I can mark out the direction he was heading and the best routes to any nearby oases.
I have one. Mark away.
Great.
I love how he just, like, so conveniently has a map on him. But of course, it's Tanari. I think he's gonna have a map everywhere he goes.
There you go.
Including Central
Thank you so much.
Sumeru City.
You were a great help.
That's
You've
Tanari.
got a really good memory.
You're quite welcome. Just doing my
I
job.
can't wait until Cyno comes
Best
back.
of
'Cause
luck.
I really do want him.
I hope you find him
It's
soon.
weird because I'm not used to using characters with pole arms, but he actually his playstyle is very, very good. Ooh. Oh, I gotta go that far in the desert. Okay. I should probably get those teleporters while I'm over there. Should probably get this while I'm at it. Okay, DD.
Rain outlines your...
Let's get it together.
Submit for judgment. Treasure hunting. A valiant endeavor.
It's so crazy because I just hit AR 51 and I'm already leveling up again. It's kind of bad because it's like, in a minute, I'm not going to be able to do anything at all.
The temperature's just right. Ah, but this isn't the best spot to lie down. Bring it!
My first goal is to get D-Loop to level 90 because he's at 80 right now. Which is okay, I suppose, but I want him to be a bit higher.
Rain outlines your fate.
Hold on. I see some people over there.
Do you think it's safe to ask them what they know?
Should be. I'll go...
No. I'll do it.
Why is Tanari trying to be Cyno? Listen, y'all both got ears, but,
Huh? Why can't
Tanari,
Cyno go talk to them? What difference does it make?
right.
Given my background, appearance, and the way I dress, I might not be the most welcome visitor here.
Okay, but
Just
that's
in
not
case,
the point, Cyno. Why
It's
is
probably
Tanari trying
better
to
to
do
let a
your
more
job
neutral
before
party
you?
handle things.
Ah, hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts. Any chance I could ask you a couple of questions?
Oh, a missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm just wondering if you've seen him. Let me give you the details.
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
Hey, Sethos! I know that face.
Uh-oh. That guy's looking our way.
Your friend over there stands out a lot, too. Hey, aren't you Cyno, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
You don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for...
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge. You don't trust me much, do you?
Yeah, I wouldn't trust
No
you
need
either,
to hide it.
Sethos.
I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
I thought you were a group of merchants. Seems I was mistaken.
Your henchmen
No,
don't
because
look
even
like much.
I'm not like
And something
I don't
tells me
even
they
trust
put up a better
Sethos
fight
right
than
now,
most
so,
mercenaries.
Hey, hear that, guys? You're my henchmen now.
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm running out of patience.
All right. Come with me. All of you. Don't you want to find your friend? Silver-haired, long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like there's a whole other side to Cyrus I didn't know about.
So you know where he is?
Just follow me. I'll take you to him.
Yeah, Cyno looks like he's about to kill him. Yeah, Cyno, can we not do any killing, please? Because you look a bit terrifying right now. There's a Dendropuss in that tree, isn't it? It's definitely in this tree. If I can climb up here. can I climb? Hello, Shilonen. Climb the tree, woman. It's not that hard. Come on, girl. Thank you. I'm like, you especially. You should know how to climb a tree, girl. You climb mountains.
And
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing here!
please step back.
Ooh, something's coming out of the ground!
Ooh.
What is this enormous building doing here?
Okay, so
And how
Sethos
was it
just
so well
became a
hidden?
cool character because he has
King
that
Deshret's
kind of
technology?
ability. That's nice.
Wait, so... Hold on, who are you guys really?
Is this the Temple of Silence? So you're a member?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of time to address them later.
Okay, as long as we didn't have to fight in here.
This is not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert, especially not hidden right next to an oasis.
What is up with everything being underground?
Oh, Paimon's scared. They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the...
What's wrong? Thinking about your professor?
Sethos is
I
so
just
weird.
hope
Just
for
say
your
something.
sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
Me too. I hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
I'm like, when we took the picture for Nahia's birthday with him, he seemed like a totally average guy. I mean, I had my suspicions then, but now I definitely have my suspicions.
Alright, you can wait here for now. I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence. Sit tight until he comes to greet you.
So he's just gonna leave us here unattended? Maybe we're not being kidnapped after all.
You really, Paimon?
They can't have been at the oasis by chance. They were waiting for us. Whoever the leader is here, they were obviously counting on us showing up.
So this is the Temple of Silence. After leaving the rainforest, they hid themselves here?
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for you soon.
What's your name?
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to introduce myself.
Yeah, we know
My name
Sethos.
is Sethos. I'll be here if you need me, but I'm not planning on answering all of your questions. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
So we're free to explore by ourselves.
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here. And unless I've misunderstood, you're all quite anxious to see him again.
He's right. Well, if we've got some time, we might as well take a look around.
I'm not talking to him first. I'm talking to Cyno. I mean, this
never
is literally the
imagined
whole
that the
point.
true Temple of Silence would be
Cyno.
hidden somewhere
Everything
like
about
this.
Cyno, okay?
We've passed through these parts before, but never noticed anything.
That's King Deshret's technology for you, I guess. It borders on the miraculous. Amazing to think that it's been preserved intact all this time.
We should be wary of our hosts. Still, at this point, we can be confident that the professor is safe and sound, so that's something.
Wait, before I finish talking to them, let me make sure there's like nothing in here that I need. Because I did see some stuff glowing before I came in here. Okay, apparently not.
Hey, Sethos! Have you got some time to chat?
Sure. Although, I'm assuming by chat, you mean you have questions? Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors.
Yeah, Sethos, I'm not trying to talk to you. If I wanted to talk to you, I would have, you know.
Ah, here he is.
Uh-oh. Okay, phew. It's like, is something bad about to happen?
Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Grandfather.
Well done, Sethos. Greetings, one and all. I am Ba Moon, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. I know why you are here, and I thank you for your patience. Bring him out.
Professor!
Cyrus, are you okay?
Ooh.
Watch
know
what
his
you're
knees.
doing!
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of
I
causing
know
you
his knees.
distress.
I'm so
But you
sorry.
must
I hate to laugh,
understand,
but I know his knees hurt
Cyrus
after that.
is
Like,
of
he is
great
pretty old,
importance
too.
to us. We had to find a way to bring him back to us. Cyrus owes me his life, and to the Temple of Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude. I let him go a long
Okay, but you're about to
time
owe
ago.
a debt of your
Now,
life, so
the time has come
yeah, I
to
wouldn't.
demand payment.
I wouldn't keep him captive for long.
Wanted to end my feud with this old bag of bones before you caught up with me. But you got here so quickly. Just leave, Cyno. This is a matter between us two old men. You're all too young to get involved.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd made up your mind to come here from the beginning. You only left in such a hurry to try and throw us off your trail.
Some things in life catch up with you. No matter what you do, you shouldn't have come. That alone brought the others.
But that
Cyno
wasn't his
didn't
choice.
make us do anything. We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you. We'd appreciate you telling us the truth. Otherwise, it seems a little unfair on everyone who had to stay behind.
My secrets are secret for good reason. Bringing them to light can only lead to misfortune.
You're afraid, aren't you? You can't bring yourself to speak of your past deeds to the students you nurtured as if they were your own children. You recognized our emblem because for many years you lived among us. Indeed, you all but became one of us. You knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka,
I don't like
were
how
the
that
ones
guy's
speaking
staring at
to
him.
you.
Jesus.
It threatened you only because
Like, I feel like if
know
he
what
stares
you
at him too
did.
hard, he's just gonna shoot
Your own
laser
guilt convicted you.
lasers out of
For
his
you,
eyes. And, like,
Cyrus,
burn.
are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us, and joined us in our mission to revive the might of Hermanubis, to bring new hope, new opportunity. But then you betrayed us. You bargained for your independence with your past contributions. And then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might and the wielder of his power. We both know what I said to you that day. that as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day the sands of time will catch up with you, and when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe.
You really know how to hold a grudge.
Hermanubis' might? And the wielder of his power?
Does he mean you?
Professor.
The moon is right. I came here once before. He rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was a scholar, he invited me to come here and revive the might of Hermanubis together. It was a great, daring plan, and one shrouded in secrecy. The Temple of Silence had been bereft of Hermanubis for too long.
Why did I know
The strength
Cyno
of
was
its
gonna have
faith
something
and
to do
its
with
warriors
this temple?
were waning. Bamoon proposed that we implant
I bet there's gonna be like somebody who watches this. They're gonna be like, "Oh well, we already knew this from the beginning." Yeah, I did it. Okay.
If the experiment was successful, the spirit of Hermanubis would then dwell within the vessel. Many believers volunteered themselves for the experiment. But we soon discovered that the bodies of grown adults could not withstand Hermanubis' power. In the end, Bamoon offered his own adoptive grandson.
Oh, Cyno.
One
oh,
other
no.
child was identified as a suitable vessel, and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange
Oh,
for
poor
a
Cyno.
small
That's so
fortune.
sad.
These two children were our only hope for hosting Hermanubis' power.
For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments from Hermanubis. As remnants of his raw power, they were exceedingly rare treasures. The test subjects were sent into a room that had been prepared for the ceremony, and instructed to approach the Ba fragments, whose power had been amplified. If, after some time, this power did not repel them, this would mean that they were suitable vessels. The original plan was for a 3-stage experiment: resonance, implantation, and recovery and observation. The resonance stage went quite smoothly for both candidates. As the 2nd stage began, I realized a decision had to be made. Should we implant the fragments one at a time? This would allow us to monitor the results after the first round and adjust our plan accordingly. Or alternatively, we could implant each fragment in a different vessel at the same time and compare their effects. But as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed with a light we had never seen before. I knew that if they were not implanted right away, they would disintegrate and be gone from the world for good. Our 2 vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully resonating with the fragments. Under the circumstances, the thought of implanting both fragments into the same vessel seemed out of the question. To preserve our faith and our power, we implanted each of them with a single fragment.
Ultimately, I ended the experiment and left, taking one of the children with me.
I know they legs
In recognition
tired.
of your past
Like, they're
contributions,
just
I
sitting there,
chose not
standing
to
the entire
send
time. Why
someone
these
to
people
hunt
ain't
down
offered them a
and
chair
kill you
or to sit on the
both.
steps? Like,
Your lives were spared, but I have paid a great price for your betrayal ever since. I have always wanted to see you, Cyno. Losing you and your Ba fragment dealt us a devastating blow. We've been in decline ever since you left.
I see. So that's how I gained my power.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your Ba fragment for a decade or so. And now you are seeking justice. If you want to take my life, then so be it. I'm an old man now anyway. But you cannot lift a finger against Cyno. He is the General Mahamatra. Your actions would be seen as A declaration of war against the Academia.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear Cyno, but you've met us all before. You were so young then, when we all gathered around and celebrated the revival of our Lord. You and he, Sethos, you were our final hope.
You'd like me to return my power?
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest
Well,
for
good luck
far
with that,
too
because
long.
Cyno's
Now,
not letting you take
it
it.
is time to reclaim it.
That power is not yours to reclaim. Cyno was chosen by the gods. You cannot take what they have bestowed.
You are wrong. Cyno was chosen, but he was not the only one. My child, Sethos, has the same gift as he.
So those are your terms for freeing the professor?
Despise me all you want. My sins are my own. The Temple of Silence is an innocent party. It is because of my foolishness all those years ago that the Temple's glory has waned. And now I must take responsibility for the decision I made back then.
So what you're saying is, the power of one Ba fragment is not enough? You're asking me to return the one in my possession, so it can be implanted in him instead?
Divine power causes great suffering to those who wield it. How do you know that Sethos would be able to withstand it?
He is no longer a small child. But regardless, this burden is ours to bear. And your objections mean little, given that you turned your back on us long
Yeah,
ago.
okay.
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are
Don't listen to him, Cyno. That power is no more yours to give than it is his to take. You have to understand.
I know. But if this is a question of your freedom versus a fragment of power, then there is nothing to debate.
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, there are a number of contentions here that still need addressing. Say that Cyno refuses to return his power, and you also refuse to release Cyrus. Then, we are at an impasse. I find it hard to believe that you went to all this effort without planning for that possibility. You're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your remaining cards close to your chest. Well, my stance is, put the rest of your cards on the table. Then we can have a discussion.
Wait, those ears. So, we have a descendant of the Valukashuna in our midst. Splendid. Fate smiles upon us after all. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day we'll...
Oh, homeboy finna die. Did he just die? Oh my god. I got scared for him. I was like, oh my god, did he just die?
Why is he coughing so much? He looks like he's in really bad shape.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, I thought I just witnessed someone dying. This isn't good. Okay. Wow.
Pamoon, you...
Take our leader back to his room. Grandfather, I know what you wish to say. Leave this in my hands. I don't like to drag out conversations, so I'll just cut to the chase. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have been a success.
All this
The wisdom of
wisdom.
Hermanubis would have been ours. Still, it's no use talking about what-ifs. We cannot change the past. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand legacy and a sacred duty to fulfill. So it's somewhat inevitable for the leader to have an inflated sense of self. But I see things a little differently. I don't believe the temple has the same stature that it once did. Time has worn away at its prestige and changed things almost beyond recognition. So I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave. except for Cyrus. My grandfather gave him his chance once, and now I'm giving the rest of you yours.
Yeah, so Cyrus, I mean not Cyrus, Sethos, you have some nerve. Traveler already a very powerful being, not of this world. Cyno already has part of that power that you have. So yeah, there's that, and then we have Tainari, Forest Ranger.
I'm
Do you
sure
really
you've
think
seen that much
Cyno's
has
leaving
changed
without
for the
his
better,
his professor?
and things will only continue to improve. Why not consider
Sethos is a bold
cooperating with
kid.
the
I'll say that.
academia
He's definitely
once
bold.
more?
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather, I might well be open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late for that now, Cyrus.
Tainari made a good point earlier. He said there has to be more to your plan than this, and I agree. All you and Ba Moon are after is the Ba fragment. The professor will accept whatever fate you deem fit for him out of a sense of guilt. I am the one who has a choice to make. And that's how it was always going to be. Ultimately, you want to trade the Ba fragment for the professor, correct?
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious consideration.
I won't forsake my professor, nor do I intend to run from a problem that I must face sooner or later. Give me one night to make my decision.
That works. Then I'll be waiting.
One night, Cyno? I don't think we have one night. Your professor could be gone by tomorrow morning.
My grandfather still has a fair few things he wants to say to Cyrus, so I'll be escorting him back now.
Sethos, you do anything to hurt that old man, Cyno is going.
Are you sure about negotiating with him?
Tartarus itself upon you.
Need to think this through.
The underworld upon you.
Everyone, let's meet again later tonight. Until then, take some time for yourself.
Alright, well, don't put too much pressure on yourself, Cyno. If you need any help working things out, just come and find us.
Look at Paimon being such a great friend. Wait until nighttime? Okay. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. It did say 20 to 24, right? Yeah, it did. Alright, okay. Talk things over with your companion. Why'd they put us all the way out here? Jeez. Although this is a beautiful place. I'll give them that.
I've taken some time to reflect on this. If I had to guess, Professor Cyrus came to the desert knowing that he would almost certainly never return. He's a stubborn man who tends to double down when he feels strongly about something. We won't get anywhere trying to convince him to escape.
I agree. My master Nephis says the same thing. Once Cyrus makes up his mind about something, he won't listen to reason.
So that's one thing. A few other things come to mind too. You've heard all you need to hear about the Temple of Silence, so on that, I don't have anything to add. My own memories of this place are hazy, though. Probably something to do with the overpowering presence of the Ba fragments. That might explain why I suffered from constant headaches and fevers as a child. I do remember having some fleeting moments of profound emotion when vague images would appear in my mind.
You know what? I want to find out how old is Cyno. Wait, I need to figure this out.
I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking back on it now, I suppose it was Herman Anubis' way of trying to encourage me, even if we couldn't communicate.
Cyno is 24?
The power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop making characters that look so young, look like they're like,
is a real,
like
intangible
10.
thing.
Or these characters that are so old look so young, cause like
you're not gonna give in to
I
their
wouldn't have known
demands,
that
are
Cyno
you?
was that old.
Surely there has to be
Oh my
another
goodness!
way.
Now that has me questioning, how old is? What? See, I knew I was right. I knew Bennett was young. My friend tried to argue me down and tell me that Bennett wasn't like 16 or whatever.
No,
I was right. Bennett's still
I have
a
no
kid.
intention
He
of
isn't even
returning
18 yet. Okay.
I need this power to protect Sumeru. But the temple has the right to make the final decision over its fate, since it belongs to one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. So I will challenge them head-on, and win the right to wield this power for myself, fair and square.
This reminds me of something Alhaitham mentioned to me just before we left. He said that the Temple of Silence was originally founded by the ruling elite of the day. Traditionally, such organizations are bound by a strict and ancient code of nobility. Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have their own internal rules. They talk about the importance of never dishonoring their tribal bonds, or the rules laid down by their ancestors. I think we could turn that to our advantage. Go back to them with a proposal of our own.
Wow, and just like that, we've turned the tables on them.
Looks like we have the same idea. Turn it back on them now while we still can.
Great. And I know just how to start the conversation.
Why do we gotta go look for Sethos? Why can't we just go straight to his grandfather? Oh my god, I just realized reset just happened too as well. This place is huge.
Sethos, let's talk.
Have you made up your mind?
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree of medical training, so...
I have no objections, although we do have our own doctors here. I doubt you'll be able to tell us anything we don't already know.
Only one way to find out.
Follow me. Keep your voices down. We don't want to disturb him.
Well, at least he cares about his grandfather. I'll give him that. But Sethos, I'm still suspicious of you.
Let's talk outside. Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis is quite grave. I'm sure that your physicians have come to the same conclusion. He appears to have sustained a serious injury in his youth, which has been exacerbated over the years by the heavy burden of work and now by the effects of old age. Regretfully, I must inform you that based on what I've seen with patients in a similar condition, he doesn't have long left. A few days at most.
Oh, that's sad.
I've known for a long time.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. But you also see things differently. You have a broader range of concerns and a more pragmatic approach. So tell me how we can end this on your terms. Let's find a way to bring all this to a resolution while Bamoon is still alive to see it. That's what really matters to you. I know it.
Yeah, there's no time to waste here. You know that better than anyone.
You know, the two of you are actually in a very similar predicament right now. Both of you have a very different perspective from the men who raised you.
Right. And you didn't create this situation. They did, but somehow you've ended up having to make the tough decisions.
You're right. We both look at this problem very differently than the people we inherited it from. I accept, Cyno. This all began because of Hermanubis. So let's end it with the rite he himself created. Legend has it that when Hermanubis first arrived in Tuletula, he sparred with the city's residents. He and his 2 companions proved their mettle by fighting over several days, winning the support of many fine people. That group of supporters were some of the first members of the Temple of Silence, and the sparring matches were enshrined as one of our founding rites, the rite of duels. It's where it all began.
Sounds very fitting. I'm in.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis, your ties to the Temple of Silence run deep. So I will permit you to participate in this rite. along with your chosen companions.
3 against 3. Sounds good.
However, I have some additional terms. As the challengers,
Watch
you
Tainari
must
get
win
us
all 3 of your
get us,
fights to win.
disqualified
And
from
Cyno?
this whole situation.
Both of us must put our Ba fragment on the line. The winner takes them both. Letting Cyrus leave with one of the Ba
Tainari, don't
fragments
mess
was a
up.
mistake.
We need Cyno to
Made
win
by
this,
my
okay?
grandfather out of pity. It is a long-standing issue that must be addressed for the Temple of Silence to move forward. I can make no concession.
None needed. We're on the same page. If I win, the Temple of Silence must release Cyrus, and consider this past dispute resolved. If you win, I'll return my power to you.
It's a deal. Then let's meet at the ceremonial hall tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock.
Tomorrow evening, more like today, because we don't have time for that.
Bring it!
I want to see how this fight goes. That's all I care about. And also, I have to do my dailies as well, too. My
Well,
commissions are out.
After how that went, there's definitely no turning back now.
There never was. Turning back hasn't been an option for me since the moment the professor slipped away to return to the desert.
You have to win. You need this power, both as General Mahamatra and for yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Besides, it stayed with you ever since you were a small child. Surely that's a sign it thinks of you as its rightful owner.
Both as General Mahamatra and for myself. Yeah, when you put it that way, I've had to overcome a lot to tame this power and claim it for myself. Not everyone could have done that.
Exactly.
The Traveler and I will never lose.
And neither shall I.
Tainari.
The desert
Let's
was
not lie
home to
now,
an ancient
okay?
and great civilization that, for a
But also,
variety of
please win.
reasons,
I
fell
have
out
faith
with the
in Tainari.
civilization
Just
of the
a tad bit,
rainforest.
like maybe 10%.
It's just as
I have
Dia
a lot of
said.
faith in me, like
Prejudices
90%
push
because
people apart.
oh, we're gonna
But
win.
there
of
must
course.
be personal
Cyno, I
factors
have
at work here too.
10,000%.
I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he lets on. And I don't think that Sethos is any kind of villain. He's just doing what he thinks is best. Tomorrow, everything will be resolved.
Yeah, so you said tomorrow. You mean like today? Hold on. Is I'm just gonna go ahead and just yeah. Okay. Oh wait, I think I put the wrong time. I probably did. Oh well, whatever. I'll fix it. Yeah, I did. I put the wrong time. Like an idiot. See, I always end up doing the time wrong on this damn game. Oh, so I was going the right way. Okay.
We gather on this day to perform once more the rite of duels, with the greatest of all sages, Lord Hermanubis, as our witness, for his power and authority is present in our midst. This is our most sacred of ceremonies, and no disruption from the audience shall be tolerated. It is incumbent upon all to observe the duel with the utmost respect and reverence throughout the proceedings. Representing the Temple of Silence, the Defenders.
Grandfather, you're here.
A rite of duels after all these years. I am surprised by your decision, Sethos.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather. Just leave it to me.
Representing the Academia, the challengers.
Yeah, we look cool.
Ready. We will fight to have our voices heard.
Warriors, take your positions and decide on the order of battle. We come not to debate what brings our challengers here, nor—
Huh? Are you sure?
I agree. He's very strong. Sending him out first will definitely intimidate the opposing side.
Okay, then you're second.
Sure.
Oh my god, Tanari.
We have decided.
So have we.
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
Okay, Traveler, we got this. If I have to play through as Traveler this entire time, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Please let me use D-Look or somebody to get us through this, because Traveler isn't what you'd call the
Don't
best
forget
fighter.
safety first.
Oh my god, I have to play
You
as
there.
Traveler.
You better play nice with them, or Paimon will make you regret it.
A little
Oh my
bit
God,
too
this
much
is bad.
chatter from the audience over there.
Hey!
Jesus, Traveler. Oh my goodness. Oh, Traveler, get up. Get up, please.
Scatter!
Okay, that's one down. Traveler, I never doubted you.
A swift end to the first bout. I now invite the duelists of the second bout to please step forward. When you're both ready, you may begin.
Let's begin.
Come on, Tanari.
Watch out!
Oh, wait. Oh, I get to play as Tanari. Fun.
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
It's crazy because I've only played as him once. I don't even have him. I prefer him over Kale. I hate to say this, but Kale, you're not really the best Dendro user, considering that you're... I don't know, for some reason I'm just not a big fan of Kale. Like, I can't.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Oh, Tanari. Jesus. Okay, they're both dead. I like how D-Look just runs off the screen. Whew, okay. I hope they let me play as Cyno again. It'd be very nice.
Thus ends the second bout.
I'm ready.
So am I.
This is the final stage
Cyno.
of the rite. When you're both ready,
I am Sethos.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
many
Sethos.
years,
We don't care. I don't
we have
care.
kept
I
our
don't care.
covenant
Let me
with
just hear a
Lord
Cyno.
Hermanubis. We earnestly now. I will.
I am Cyno.
Thank you.
General Mahamatra of the Academia. Student
I'm sorry,
and
I just
successor
don't
of
care
Cyrus,
too much for Sethos.
the sage
Okay.
of Spantamad. I fight in defense of my power, my professor, and my nation. And you. I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Hermanubis is watching. So bare your soul.
Everyone, old and young. My grandfather is a wise leader, but our faith has held us back for too long. After times have changed, then I thought of you.
Can we get to the actual duel, please? That's
Each
all I care
far
about right
fragment
now.
of Hermanubis, I once thought
I am more than just a war.
Exactly.
the name Hermanubis has left its mark on. So
Yeah, but
show me
Cyno
your
has done more
answers,
things than you.
Cyno.
Sethos, we just now heard
Show me
about
I
you.
can be more.
Well, I am, but hey. And the fact that he's on the banner
Bring
right
it
now.
on!
Uh-oh. Oh, I love the cutscenes. I love the cutscenes. Come on, Cyno. Come on, Cyno. Jesus, get up, get up. Jesus. Ooh, Cyno, oh my god.
That's all you've got? What happened to searching for your answer?
Uh-oh. Come on, Cyno. I know he's got it. Come on, Cyno.
Fight's over. Do you yield?
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
I never doubted Cyno for a second. I know he was gonna win, but that was like a close fight. Oh, that's kind of sad.
I give his glory to you.
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar. After the death of the god king, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tule-Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence, and from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other in battles that would devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tule-Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians. But peace did not last. Coveting the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tule-Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory. The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides. Our Lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tule-Tula Tynarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest. What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tule Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission. Betrayal forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long. Yet, today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis once more. Thank you.
Well, this was a lot to take in.
How is it? Do you feel okay?
Oh, dang. Poor Sethos. As much as I want to say I didn't feel bad for him, now I definitely do feel bad for him. No one deserves to see death like that. Oh. Okay, so forget everything that I said earlier.
Hey, Sethos. You'll get through this.
I know. I guess you were prepared for this. It's been a long time coming, huh?
Okay, Tanori, not the right words to use.
Been on
Be
death's
comforting.
door for a very long time now. I think it was only through sheer willpower that he managed to hold on to this point. At least, he was able to see this chapter come to a close before he passed.
What's next for you?
Per my grandfather's last wishes, the Temple of Silence should submit to whoever possesses the largest number of Hermanubis fragments. That entitles you to be our new leader, Cyno.
But that's never going to work, as I'm sure you realize. I'm the General Mahamatra. I am needed back at the Academia. I did foresee this possibility, and I gave it some thought. The fact is, I know next to nothing about the staff, records, and environment here. As such, I am ill-suited to be your leader, Sethos. I believe the honor should go to you. Were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Bamoon never meant for anyone but you to be his successor. I do.
Still, I didn't think Bamoon looked very surprised by the final result. Perhaps he had an inkling that this would be the way things end.
Well, in any case, since the Ba fragments are with me now, I guess I can call the shots. Sethos, I would like you to succeed Bamoon as the new leader of the Temple of Silence. You are more suited to the role than I, and I have complete faith that you will be an excellent leader. Just think of it as doing me a favor.
But doesn't that render everything that we've been through up to now meaningless?
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends, which means that the Academia and the Temple of Silence will become partners once more. That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said yourself, times have changed. You have to believe that things can change for the better here at the Temple too.
I will try. To be honest, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
Actually, part of me wonders whether Bamoon's intentions from the very beginning was just to create enough pressure to force us towards a duel.
Probably
That
so.
way,
No matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment, and the power of Hermanubis would be concentrated in one single person. Had you won, the Temple of Silence would have doubled its strength. And were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the temple, much less integrate the temple into the academia by force. He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the academia too. So he made it his responsibility to ensure his successor would be free from the burdens of the past. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him, they would have an easier time interacting with the academia. With one single letter, he lured out the professor. No matter what happened after that, it would result in a net benefit to the temple.
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these trivial details. You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. We had to find a way to mend our relationship with the academia. In that sense, the right of duels was just a means to an end. Thank you for everything, Cyno. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord Kusanali deem worthy, I will grant the honor of access to the Temple of Silence for their pursuit of knowledge. The Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization, more than any other organization in existence today. In times when you need information that only we can provide, we will be here to support you. But you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates, lest you lead humanity to repeat the same mistakes. By the way, Tainari, my grandfather was so happy to see you. You are a descendant of the Veluca Shuna, and we are the heirs to the will of Hermanubis. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from among the Tainarians and appointed him as his familiar. He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tainarian companions. They always stood by each other, from the founding of the Temple of Silence to the fall of Tuletula. The Tainarians who left Tuletula joined their human counterparts in the rainforest. A few centuries later, when some of the group returned to the desert, many of the Tainarians chose to stay and put down roots in the rainforest. In all likelihood, those were your ancestors.
How fascinating. My father once mentioned that I was named after the Tainarians, but I never knew that my forebears had such a history with the Temple of Silence.
I like this story.
By the way, has anyone seen Cyrus?
Yes, Cyrus. You'll probably find him in my grandfather's room. He wouldn't show it in front of me, but I think he still has many fond memories of my grandfather.
If it's true that you and your grandfather really planned for everything to turn out this way, then I guess he didn't really resent Cyrus as much as he appeared to.
Who knows? Perhaps all of us. You, me, and Cyrus. We're all just pawns in my grandfather's plan to set things straight. He was awful like that.
Someone's got to make the decisions when history is at a crossroads. I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali, and arrange for an official delegation from the Academia to come and meet you in the desert. I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead. But once things return to normal, please come and visit the rainforest again. You should stay for a few days this time, and start to build some relationships. If we're going to work together, both sides have to get to know one another better.
I will. All right, well, bye for now, everyone. I'll be seeing you.
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
I think my adventure rank also went up during that. Yeah, it did. My adventure rank is now 52. Okay, I don't know why I just stopped navigating that. Wow, Cyno's story. Ooh, that was a lot to take in. Both parts. The first part was okay. It wasn't too much, but this part, oh, it was definitely something. It was definitely a lot to take in, for sure. Although that fight was pretty cool though, I enjoyed that.
Bring it!
Wait, where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. Oh. Okay, there we go.
What were you thinking gallivanting off into the desert alone at your age? What if you take the bucket, You told not a soul what you were up to, designated nobody to handle your affairs, and left everyone scrambling frantically to try and figure out how on earth to clean up the colossal mess you'd made.
Oh, please, will you stop your yelling? What other choice did I have?
What do you mean, what other choice? Do you mean to tell me that after all your years of learning, and sagehood no less, the only idea you could conjure up in that white-haired walnut of yours was to shoot off into the unknown like some hot-headed 20-year-old adventurer? A one-man suicide mission, That's the best idea that one of the finest minds of a generation could come up with, is it? It astounds me that you survived the journey.
Traveler
and you're
probably
lucky
thinking
that
to himself,
Bamoon
like, ooh,
didn't finish you off when you arrived.
Because you already know it takes a single wind blade and we out. Bye.
Honestly, the way you're going off on me, it's like you wish you'd been there to lend him a hand. Does it mean nothing to you that I'm your colleague and former classmate?
I've got nothing more to say. What's the point of berating an old bag of bones?
What do you mean, bag of bones? I'm a flesh and blood hero who, despite his old age, saved our General Mahamatra from being stripped of his powers. Okay, look. Fine, I admit it, I was in the wrong. How can I make it up to you? What about, a month's work at the Academia?
The way he was scolding you.
1 month?
Oh,
try
see?
3.
I was gonna say 3 months
I
too,
know
and he
his
ended up
master
saying
is really laying into Cyrus.
Professor brought this on himself. Don't pay any attention to him.
Wow, I haven't seen Master get this riled up in a long time. The last time he chewed someone out like this must have been back when I was still a student.
I think I'll go around and update everyone. Tell them the situation's resolved. Want to come with me? We can go for dinner afterwards. My treat. You in?
Makes sense. I'm in.
Paimon's coming too! Let's go!
Okay, the question is, where is Cyno? Oh, he's down here. Hey, Farazan! And, Kale.
Hey, Kale.
It's crazy, because I have both of them, but I don't have, Cyno and Tanari.
Well, look
Or
who we have here.
Alhaitham, or Kaveh.
Would you mind explaining to me what has been going on this past few days? I heard you.
All taken care of.
That
My
does
goal
not
is to at
answer
least
my
have
question.
all of them.
How could you be so careless? That goes for you as well. Yes, and you too. When you run into problems, you really ought to ask for help, you know? I've been around the block. Don't you think it would have made sense to involve me? And let's not forget, I know the desert like the back of my hand.
I like her authority. She's
Now
a great
would
character.
not be a good time to attempt to argue with Farazan.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. It's not the first time that I've had to talk to you about this sort of thing either. You need to learn that there are times when the right thing to do is get a more experienced member of staff involved. Do I?
Kale, please do something.
He's giving me the signal. All right, guess it's time to play my ace in the hole. Say, Madam Farazan, I can see you're pretty upset, but, I was just wondering, remember that time you offered to give me a tour of the Academia? Does that offer still stand? Huh? Wait, did I hear that right? Kale, you remember? Wonderful. Well, of course the offer still stands. Come on.
Madam Farazan will show you around the old classrooms.
I know
Poor
Kale
Kale getting dragged off like that.
I know Kale
Also,
like,
check
Cyno,
out
you owe
Farazan
me.
acting
You
like
owe me
some
big time.
sort of official academia tour guide.
Kale! Cup.
Huh? What? What do you mean, cup?
Oh, it's nothing. Just Master's way of reminding me to stay hydrated while I'm out and about.
It's code for let's reconvene at the cafe. Tainari and I used it while we were in school, and it's become something of a family tradition now.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. 2 people left. Let's
And let me guess, that's Dia and Candace, or either I'll hate them and Kale? Which, that's most likely probably I'll hate them and Kale, because Dia and Candace stay at the bar, basically. So I'm already knowing, yeah, it's all hate them and Kale. I'm gonna walk through this door and it's gonna be done. Watch. It's gonna be all hate them and Kale. I'm gonna walk right through the door and it's gonna be them. Yep, what did I say? That's right.
Am I hallucinating? Or do I see Kaveh and Alhaitham engaged in diligent studying?
We're just reorganizing all the books we used. Look, there's a whole mountain of them.
There's no rush. Nobody reads these books anyway.
My sincere thanks to you both.
Yes, with your help, we resolved the issue rather swiftly and painlessly. And the outcome was better than we could have hoped for. I see. The Temple of Silence resorted to rather unique means of self-preservation. It explains how they managed to remain hidden for so many years.
And it sounds like they managed to preserve a whole load of ancient documents as well. I'd love to go check those out if I ever had the chance.
That day will come. The Temple of Silence is a hugely important organization, and we'll be sure to maintain good relations with them in the future. Now, as a token of my appreciation, I'd like to treat everyone to coffee. Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great. Although after the last few days...
Sure. Let's go.
Alright, to the cafe we go. Wait, I thought we were gonna go to the bar. Never mind. Well, I mean, I guess the cafe is okay too as well, but I was mostly expecting them to go to the bar or tavern, but hey. I think after this, I want to start on Nahida's story. Like, the first part, anyway.
And then, the Traveler just pounced on their opponent, and not then there was Tainari. He put up an amazing fight, too. We ended up winning all 3 bouts. Whoa. Part of me wishes I'd been there to see it, but I'd have been biting my nails off worrying about you guys.
A truly edifying account of the events. Bereft of detail, but it has livened up the room all the same.
Hey, Paimon included all the juicy details. The Traveler just pounced and then waved their sword like this, then spun around and blocked.
Despite winning 3 bouts in a row, you still ceded the position of leader to him. That's very dignified of you, Cyno.
Of course. Being dignified comes with being a true champion.
I got to be a champion too for once. I've not sparred much.
Yeah, huge place. It felt like something right out of an epic poem. Imagine this. It was like there was...
Maybe save that one for later, Paimon.
Uh-oh.
Dessert's here.
You know it's bad when Cyno tells Paimon to stop talking. But I love Paimon, so...
I think that'll do me for today.
See, if it was me, I'd listen to everything Paimon has to say.
Shall we stop off at the House of Dana again before heading home? We should probably finish putting all those books back.
My thoughts exactly. See you around.
I should get going as well. See you all later.
I need to go say thanks to the Core 30 for their help. Also, Sir Nephis says he wanted to introduce me to some of the Academia's work process.
Kali's come a long way. She's much more confident at dealing with other people these days.
Everyone's a work in progress. You never stop learning.
Yeah, true.
I think this might be the end of this storyline for Cyno anyway, but
That was good. It feels like everything's finally wrapped up now. Life is all about these moments when you can finally relax and hang out with good friends after a job well done. And also, those desserts Cyno got, they were really good. Paimon definitely needs more of those in the future.
Do you three have anything planned for the rest of the day? If not, would you come somewhere with me? That's a secret for now. Wouldn't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay, I
Cyno
think I can
surprising
guess
us?
what
That's a
you're talking
first.
about. It'll definitely be a nice surprise.
well, actually, no. Literally, any time with Cyno
curious.
is a surprise
Come on,
because this
let's
man
go.
gets himself into danger. Literally everything. Also, if you guys hear me sniffling, I'm sorry. Like, my allergies are like really bad right now. So, like, if you hear me sneeze, I do apologize in advance. I will try to mute if possible. Go to the list that Cyno mentioned.
Been a while since I last made my way up here.
Oh, look at this place! We're so high up!
Need any help?
It's a nice spot, isn't it?
What a great view! We're so high up, we can see for miles!
Traveler, turn around.
Oh, that's a beautiful sunset.
This is my secret base. When I was a student, I used to slip away and climb up here all the time, just to clear my head. I was quite young then. Back then, I had a lot of the same questions that Sethos was asking. Who am I? Why do I have this power? And what should I be fighting for? Our gifts help us to find our rightful place in the world. That was my experience. And I'm sure Sethos will figure things out in his own time, too.
You two really are like brothers.
I feel the same way. Of course. I see no need to be humble when it comes to the facts.
I still remember one time when we came up here to chat and do our homework. Cyno accidentally dropped a fruit. Luckily, he has fast reflexes, so he caught it just in time.
That was the one and only time. Nothing will ever slip through my fingers again.
Those were good times. I kind of miss the student life.
You know, Paimon really shouldn't be able to imagine Cyno doing something like that, but for some strange reason, the mental image is coming through clear as day.
Then make it stop. There's... it's... You guys carry on with it.
Okay.
Huh? Hey, you're not supposed...
It's Cyno. Come on now, Paimon. From what we've seen, the guy can practically fly. Hey, look at that. I'm Cyno again. Fine.
Oh my days. I can't believe how stupid I look in this one.
Professor, what are you muttering to yourself about?
Cyno. Ha, just the man I'm looking for. Guess what I found in some old notebooks?
Some old photos?
Can you believe it? This notebook was just sitting in a pile of odds and ends in the Sage's office. I must have forgotten to take it with me. and no one's touched it since. It was still right there. I was at the Academia earlier to discuss my workload with Nephis. I swung by the old office to have a look around and just happened to cross it. Well, time flies. Look how tiny you are in this picture. Still a kid.
You look quite young yourself in that one. Ah, it's this one. I remember that. Lisa took it, didn't she?
Yep. Looks like her work, all right. Who else could have found just the right angle to make me look so unbelievably hideous?
And this one. Looks like we're both dozing off.
Oh, cheeky girl. Taking secret photos of us without our knowledge.
Is there something you'd like to say to me, Professor?
Like what? Like, these are good photos, aren't they?
I think Cyno means I apologize.
Hey, at moments like this, I hardly know where to begin. I can't pretend I'm a good person. But Moon had every reason to despise me. And well, so do you if you feel the same way.
Don't be ridiculous, you old codger.
Is that not what you wanted me to say? Oh, I've dreamt of that place many times after leaving the desert. Sometimes I've dreamed that I was doing research with them again. And other times, I dream of the day they saved my life. Oh, it was one of the happiest times of my life. We all learned so much from one another. You've matured so much over the years, Cyno.
Since you're my professor, I should save you some face by not calling you out on all the non-answers you just gave. So
Good thinking. Take your own advice next time. Seriously, why bully an old man like me? I thought heroes were supposed to be gracious. Hey, wait, how did I not notice this one earlier?
Lisa...
Look how cute you were when you were little. I remember how well-mannered you were back then, too.
Yeah, and look how serious and professional you used to be.
Oh, I can't compete with you anymore. First you get better than me at the deadpan jokes, and now you're besting me at those little quips, too.
Don't say that. I still have a lot of respect for you.
Huh, that's more like it. Hey, what would you say to meeting up with Lisa again sometime?
I'd like that. Let's find a time and pay our visit in Mondstadt.
All right, I'll add it to my schedule. Let's go next week. Wait, no. Next week is the tomato growing competition. I have got to beat Zaha Hadi.
Or you could find a real hobby, Professor.
Ah, well, that's the end of Cyno's story. Okay. Wow, and surprisingly, that wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. Oh, okay. Alright. I need to go to Catherine, because I need to claim my daily commission rewards. Also, I do need to claim my adventure rewards too as well.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, everyone, I think I'm gonna head out. To all of my angels, I just want to say I hope everyone has a blessed week, and I will see you all next time. And I will be playing Nahida's story quest, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you all in the next one. This is Love Calypsian, signing out.